Hello, and welcome to the Pathenders podcast, an actual play of the Hell's Vengeance Adventure Path by Paizo, converted into Pathfinder 2nd Edition by me, in exchange for several new gray hairs. Not a whole lot to address off the top, so I'm just going to roll right in. There is some mention of some sexual activity. Otherwise, trigger-wise, we're pretty clear. So I'll let you get right to enjoying Episode 2, Nobody is Coming.
Hi, I'm Jess. My pronouns are she, her, and I play Charlie Malachio, the human witch from Sheliax.
I am Oni, or Onita, or Flustered Bun, whichever one people want to call me, and I am Suriel Tanash, the tiefling swashbuckler.
Schlessel as Regulus Lex, the puppet gunslinger.
I'm Grapes playing Uktuk, the orcish tyrant champion.
And I'm James, the GM, as everyone else. Our story begins, as such stories often do, with our protagonists on their way to hassle a small business owner.
It's my favorite time of day.
Yeah. So, we've all become agents of the state, and we are now on our first mission to, this local bartender is accused of violating the curfew, and the bard is presupposed to know something about the Angel Knight. So, we find ourselves outside the Last Stand Tavern. From the outside, pretty standard run-of-the-mill log building, music and light coming from inside. The sign out front has the name over it, hung over a battered, old-looking heater shield. For anyone that doesn't know what that means, that's the one that looks like a police badge.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
Oh.
Uh-huh. And just so that it is fresh in everyone's mind in play, I'm going to drop the 2-page handout of what the new rules and curfews and all that are, if you want to peruse. Yeah, and I will also put that up whenever the episodes come out, because people might want to read. Who knows?
Maybe.
Anyway, the pertinent things are curfew begins an hour after dusk, and no citizen is allowed on the streets without a writ of exception. Sanctioned local businesses are exempt from this order, and there is a limit on 8 persons who can be gathered in a place at any point in time. That order specifically excludes people who are conducting their normal business. Anyone who is violating these mandates is considered a seditious agent and is subject to questioning, imprisonment, and summary judgment by the Archbaron and designated officials, which now includes you.
Yay!
So that is what you see. For the PCs who came here previously to post these decrees when they were announced, that document is notably missing from the door.
Is there a window to the Last Stand Tavern?
There are windows. They are the kind... a lot of glass in this era is transparent enough to let light through, but opaque enough that you can't see what's going on.
Okay.
So from the windows, you can see that there is light inside, and you can occasionally get a glimpse of a shadow, like a person moving around, but
that's about it.
you can't see in there and tell what's going on.
Okay.
Bullseye glass.
Yeah, this is more of like a just kind of cloudy, opaque glass, but same idea. Like, light comes through, but it's hard to see what's going on specifically.
Can I let Steven slither in? And I gotta pull up Path Builder. There's a, what do you call it?
Ability?
Yeah, there's a pet ability, thank you, that I can use to basically have him scout out, and I can see ahead of him. Like, I can see what he's seeing.
Okay.
Let me just find it really quick.
All right. I don't remember off the top of my head progression for abilities in second edition yet. I know in first edition that was an ability that you would gain at later levels. But if Path Builder says you have it now, then you have it now. I just wanted to check.
Okay.
That is a really useful thing.
It is, yeah.
So there's one master ability called Share Senses. Once every 10 minutes, I can use a single action with the Concentrate trait to project my senses into my familiar. And then when I do, I lose all sensory information from my own body, but can sense through my familiar's body for up to 1 minute. And then I can...
Right, yeah, I don't remember if there is a level requirement for that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Some abilities do have prerequisites.
So, to my knowledge, there isn't. They don't say anything in Path Builder. I can look in the...
All right.
Yeah, no, there isn't.
No.
All right. If there's not, then yeah, you can go ahead and do that.
Yay!
All right. I pull Steven out, and I will enhance senses.
Enter him,
Yeah.
as it were.
I will... My eyes... You'll see my eyes go milky white, and... he will slither down my arm and down my leg into the tavern for me. And I just want to gauge how many sets of feet he finds as he slithers around.
Okay. In the room, there are 11 pairs of feet that you can spy. If that's just where you're looking, no.
Whatever I can get within a minute time frame. So if he can slither into like the kitchen, slither into if there's a pantry or whatever, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, if you can get around the place, you would count a total of 12.
Total of 12. Okay. And then you'll see my eyes pop out of the milky white glaze as Steven comes back and slithers up my leg. And I go, there's a dozen people in the place right now. So I would tell everybody around me that that's what I found when I sent Steven to look.
What time is it right now?
The sun is just beginning to set. So, the curfew would be in effect in about an hour.
Mm-hmm. You said 8 people? Or
there's a total of 12 people right now in the tavern.
What the sign?
No more than 8, it said.
No more than 8. Okay.
Well, I'm looking at it now. I was incorrect, actually reading the text. Citizens shall not congregate in groups numbering greater than 6 in private or 12 in public.
Okay.
Exceptions will be made for families with more than 6 members or individuals undertaking the routine course of their business.
Okay, so they're definitely breaking the law.
Well, not right now. They will be in an hour.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
If there are 12, then that's not more than 12. So they're
Right.
still within no more than 12.
Right. They're still within their rights of the law.
Right, and you got to remember that 12 does not include
The workers.
people undergoing the normal course of their
Right.
business.
So like the guy who owns it won't count towards that 12.
Yep.
However,
Unless if we enter it.
that's
it'd
what
be
I was
more
going
than
to say.
12.
When we go in,
But
You are also conducting the normal course of your business.
no,
Yeah.
this is an extraordinary course of our
this is
business.
a pretty
Oh my
extraordinary
God.
course, I'd have to agree. Because
Why?
we don't work for the Baron Wink.
Yes, you do.
Wink. No, we're not supposed to say that. We're supposed to
That's
keep it
fine.
on the DLs so that it doesn't come back to him.
No, that's just if you do something fucked up, he can say he didn't order you to do that.
Like walk inside and chop a man's head off
Yeah.
and be like, "Get the fuck out!"
Yeah, no, like his personal sigil is on your hand. Like
Well,
you
I
work
mean-
for him, and a lot of your authority is derived from people knowing that you work for him.
Oh, so we're not like
He just-
being secret inquisitors. Weird.
No.
Oh yeah, no. He just wants the plausible deniability of, well, I didn't order them to skin that guy alive.
I just told them
that
to go
changes
talk
a few
to him.
things.
That's just
Yeah.
I just told them to go talk to him. What they did was not on my order.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I
So, that is the
suggested that
information
you
you
run
have.
into my blade.
Yeah. So yeah, there are a total of 12 people inside.
Okay.
But-
I was under the impression we're supposed to be secret police about it. But
Oh yeah, yeah.
but no,
I,
if we can be open SS
Open SS.
then we're all gravy.
I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I used that group as an example, because, like, everyone knows who they are.
Okay.
Everyone knows, like, what their deal is. It's just the, like, specific actions that they want plausible deniability for.
okay.
Another question. Did we get healed them hit points from the fire?
I'm gonna say yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yay.
And we get a hero point back, right?
Yay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It is a new session, so yeah, your hero point will refresh.
How many
Feel
hero
good.
points do we get at the beginning of session?
One.
Cool.
Oh no.
Yeah. I reserve the right to hand out additional ones in extreme circumstances, but yeah, the general is 1 per session.
Mm-hmm.
Righteous.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Surreal will,
So yeah.
Surreal will look at Charlie, say, Did Stephen see all that and tell you? She has no idea how magic works. Okay.
I saw it all. He was just I don't know, my eyes for a little bit.
It's a
Okay.
very impressive skill you have there.
Thank you. And then you just hear Steven go as he says thank you too.
Looks at Stephen, yes. One of Asmodeus's favorite animals.
Yeah.
All right.
So we have a
so-
choice.
Officially his...
Go ahead.
Cool.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say that is, like, officially his sacred animal, is
Oh.
the serpent.
Oh, that's good to know. I didn't know that.
That's really
He
cool.
likes lions too, but not as much as snakes.
long, stringy bean animal.
The danger noodle.
Cunning and vicious predators.
But don't poke their snoots. I don't like that.
Yes, they
No.
do. Don't lie to me.
Well, they don't.
Anyway, so what are we doing?
So my thought is that we could either wait a little after that hour after dusk and reassess and go in, or we go
Okay.
in and sit in there, and then all of a sudden we're like, hey, it's 1 hour afterward, and then call them out on it.
Well, he also doesn't have the sign on his door, which he should.
True.
Not necessarily, but would be
Uh.
nice to have so people can't conveniently forget. Go ahead.
But I was just gonna say we can go in there and just like order drinks, and then we're there as customers and pushing us over the limit of people in the bar.
Well, I was planning on going in anyways because I need to speak to Riley in private.
Is this Riley even in there right now?
I'm gonna assume they are the only bard I've seen in this tavern. So,
I mean, he was also warming up here last time you visited,
yeah.
so...
We won't
Did
talk about that.
Steven see it?
See the bard?
Yeah.
I did not ask that when I was in Steven's eyes. So I can check in an hour because once every hour I can do that.
I can tell you one of the shoes one of the pairs of shoes you encountered was very ornate and fancy looking boots.
I saw fancy shoes, so I can safely assume that I saw Riley.
Yeah, and from outside you can kind of vaguely hear music.
So you can assume they're here.
Yeah.
Victoria, what do
Yeah.
you think?
I think we should go in and order some drinks.
All right, let's grab a table.
Cereal's gonna walk.
You need some assistance asking this questions, I'll be happy to assist.
I don't think you want to be there, but I'll let you know if I need help. And then Cereal's gonna walk in.
Tori's gonna walk in.
Just so we're
as-
clear, I was talking about torturing him.
We figured.
Because I'm not quite sure what you meant by that.
Cereal's just gonna walk in, shaking her head.
Alright, so, on roll 20, the map we're on is the Last Stand Tavern.
To finally see a map.
As you enter, if you look around, you will see the bartender, Bulgert Kagan, behind the bar. Riley Kells is on the stage. You can see 2 servers carrying food and drinks to tables, and a total of 7 customers.
So I gotta read back at this one. hour after dusk to the hour before dawn, no citizen of Law and Anchor is allowed upon the town streets without a writ of exception bearing the seal of House Vex. So first off, we could get these people, if they are still in here after an hour, we could still get these people if they don't have a written exception. So that's one. Two, we could still get the tavern keep because he does not have this on his door. And then if all these people are still in here, I guess my question would be so the 2 servers and the bartender are workers, so then 7 customers wouldn't put them over the max. Mm-hmm. But then after the hour after curfew, do they still count as servers and management is my question.
In the terms of the number of people who are allowed to gather, they at no point count because they're at work.
Okay, so they don't count.
Yeah.
Because they're working. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just in case anybody's going to get suspicious, counting up the 4 employees and 7 customers adds up to 11 pairs of shoes. Stephen counted 12, and that is because one of them is in the kitchen and not currently visible to you. Mm-hmm. Not like an assassin hiding in the closet or something. It's just somebody's in the kitchen making the food that is being served.
Does the bard count as someone who is working or no?
I mean, he is performing in exchange for coin. I'd say that's.
I mean, what would be considered in the eyes of the law as working?
It just says performing the normal course of your business.
Okay.
If you're a bard, your business is performing.
That's fair then.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. As you enter, Kagan, looks towards the door. Welcomes you, kind of coolly, because he recognizes 3 of you, but is still trying to run a business. He's like, come on in. And then once the party is in the door, like you can see him very visibly counting on his fingers.
Or at least trying.
Okay. At least trying. Okay.
I mean, he knows how to count, just like he's not great at math, so he's counting on his fingers. And you see him like get the full 10 and then start over and count 2. And seeming to be satisfied with that number, then proceeds to offer you a table and ask if you want anything.
Is there an open space, like somewhere in the middle of the tavern where I'm like kind of hidden, but if Riley were to look for me, probably being the only person ever wearing emerald gold with gold trim in this tavern, Sorial here-ish, just walk straight in and sit down.
All right. What's everybody else doing?
I just want to say, if we can get Riley to quit playing, he is now technically the 13th person.
Okay.
Do we really want to be that them people?
That's exactly who Regulus is.
All right.
I know Regulus. I need to talk to him. Or them.
So he needs to keep performing for you to talk?
Need it to be less suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be
suspicious. Don't be suspicious. My plan
and
is
I don't have a mini for Vittoria yet, so I'm going to use this generic one for now.
Who's this person right here?
I believe that's...
Do you not see the nameplate that says Vittoria?
No, we can't.
I'm actually just realizing I can't even see my own name. That's fine.
Yeah, I can't see my name either.
I know what I look like. I'm okay.
Yeah.
I know this is Pofficer.
It's the only one that mattered.
Well, I'm going to walk up and I'm just going to order some ale. I got to remember his name. I have it written down.
Bolgart Kagan.
Bolgart Kagan.
Jasmine, if you click and drag this character,
I know.
There you go. You'll be able to move him around.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to walk up. Go ahead.
As we're being sat at our table, so Mr. Kagan, I can't help but notice that the Baron's announcement is not displayed.
Oh, did some local hothead must have torn it down or something. Sorry about that. If you get me another copy, I'll be happy to have them back up.
Can I do? It's not called insight checks.
Yeah. What you're going to do is perception is the modifier that you use. It is specifically called sense motive because there are some effects that are specific to that. But yeah, generally it's just perception.
Okay, so I could just do a perception check. All right. I just want to see if he's bullshitting. So I got a 10.
So with a 10, it's hard to tell, like, if he's outright lying or had anything to do with it coming down. You do tell that, like, regardless of the legal implications of whether or not it's up, like, he personally just doesn't give a shit.
Okay.
But yeah, you don't get any indication that, like, he took it down or anything.
Uktuk will stand up and then walk over to the bar, towering over this dude, I'm assuming.
I mean, he's a big dude.
My 7-foot tall, imposing figure.
And let me finish my sentence. Like, you're taller than him, but I don't know if towering over is the correct word. He is 6'7".
Okay, maybe not towering, but still taller.
And he probably has a good 40 pounds on you.
I don't know about that one.
Just take it.
Anyways, so you're trying to say that you know nothing about the missing Baron's decree?
I do not know who took it down or why, and it is not my legal obligation to collect that information. I'm a business owner. That's a law enforcement issue.
But Bulgart, you know you have to be in compliance with the Archbaron's orders. So wouldn't you think that you should be caring about who's ripping off things off of your property?
I mean, I know the rules. I have a copy here under the bar to refer to. That's why I counted you when you came in to make sure I wasn't in any violation.
Oh, so you have a copy under your table, but you didn't keep one on the wall.
Well, you see, I got this one made at the notary when I got this one made, and he pulls out another scroll that he drops down on the table, bearing the seal of the Longacre notary that is mentioned in the decrees for who you talk to about getting exceptions. And it is a document proclaiming that for the purposes of those orders, this is a what's the word he used?
Space is exempt?
Sanctioned. It is a sanctioned local business, which means that people traveling to and from this establishment are allowed out after curfew.
Can Regulus look over that and see if that also means he doesn't have to have the thing posted?
Yeah. Roll me a society, please.
Is there a way that, or like, is there any indication that this could be a forgery?
That would also be society, if you wanted to roll that.
Please, for the love of God.
Regulus got a 10.
Oh, I got a 6.
Yeah, Regulus, as you look over it, and the copy of the decrees that he also put out, like, nowhere in there does it mention where the decrees need to be posted, so, I mean, your orders to post it here were verbal. Like, there's no record of where they're supposed to be, as long as everyone is in compliance with the orders.
Then it's up to me.
I'm going to just do this for shits and giggles. I'm going to cast Detect Magic to see if I sense a presence of magic on this document that could be covering up something forgery-wise.
Okay, yeah, it is not magical.
Okay.
Just ink and paper.
Like I said, shits and giggles, never know.
So,
yeah, and Uktuk with your 6...
Probably not a whole lot. It looks legit.
This document looks legit as fuck.
So I have a feat called Lie to Me.
Hey.
When I can use deception to weave traps to trip up anyone trying to deceive me. If I engage in conversation with someone trying to lie to me, I can use my deception DC if it's higher than my perception DC to determine whether they succeed.
Okay.
So
if I have him roll deception, I will keep that in mind.
Okay. So just one. So my deception is +6.
Okay.
So if he tries to bullshit me.
All right. Yeah, I will keep that in mind. But to this point, he has not said anything that would require a deception roll.
Can I look in at the document and see how, like when this document was made? Because we traveled. Okay, I'm trying to think of like.
So
we left.
You would have posted the posting the decrees would be 2 days ago at this point.
Okay, posted 2 days. Okay, can I look at the document and see when he got this document for the sanctioned local business?
Yeah, you can. It's right there next to the notary's seal. This document was stamped about noon today.
Stamped. Okay.
And I say about because they don't have super accurate clocks, so it's just the hour. Like it's marked 12 o'clock, but that could be anywhere within that hour before it's 1. That's why I say about.
When would we have
from today?
When would we have received our mission from Rosalago? Like around what time?
About that same time.
Okay.
So remind me again, what is our task regarding the bartender?
So Rosalago told you that he had been holding gatherings here that violated the orders.
Okay. So Regulus is gonna say, Mr. Kagan, one of 3 things is about to happen. 1, you're going to post a copy of the decree to your door. Or 2, you're going to close down this establishment. Or 3, we are going to arrest you.
Well, I happen to have a copy handy, so I'll go put it up.
And make
Are
sure
we done here, or are you going to order
this
something?
time.
To Uktuk, he says, that is not my legal responsibility. Again, if you have an issue with vandalism, you should take it up with the local sheriff.
Aren't we the local sheriffs?
I was about to say,
Uktuk will just hold up his ruin.
He doesn't know that.
He'll just hold up his ruin, hold up his hand with the ruin on it, and it's like, I think you should make sure it stays up this time. I want to intimidate the fuck out of him.
I was about to ask you to roll it, so yeah.
Roll them bones.
17.
Ooh.
Yeah, that is sufficient. You do see him like cow a little bit, and he goes, I'll try and make sure that it stays. Sorry about that.
Thank you. Now, wasn't that easy?
He calls one of the servers over, hands her the copy, and asks her to put it on the door. After she takes off, he says, are we good here, or y'all want to stick around and have some food? We are serving.
I take a sip from my ale and I put it down and I go, so how has been the sheriff? We've been out of town. And so have you seen from her recently, or any of the officers or deputies around? Have you seen any of them?
I haven't seen any of them. Heard a rumor that after some fight went down, a few of them turned up dead, and the rest are out in the woods hiding.
Oh, wow.
It's just a rumor. I don't know if it's true, but that's what folks say.
Oh, geez, that's bad. And then she takes another long sip from her ale.
Suriel is, at this point, was just trying to sit there to see if Riley would notice her. If he hasn't, she's going to move forward more.
Notice me.
Senpai.
When you do that, he does seem to notice you. And at the moment, he's not like doing a song. He's kind of just doing like ambience music.
Mm-hmm.
And the one that he's doing is this kind of light, airy, high string piece. And when he sees you, it drops 2 octaves. And he kind of makes that like, I just bit into a lemon face at you, like,
He just
and then just goes back to playing.
The biggest shit-eating grin is just going to slowly spread across Suriel's face. If I don't know how to describe the face she's making because words are hard, but it is she. If you've ever seen a predator trying to hunt something, that is what her eyes look like right now.
No, I was just picturing the face that you make when the coworker you hate gets fired.
That too, yeah. That's a good description, yeah. There's a. If her eyes could glow anymore, they would be.
Yeah, like your eyes are metaphorically lit up.
Yeah. I'm guessing since it's mostly atmospheric, Suriel's going to lean forward in her chair and say to Riley, "Sorry we have to meet this way again. I would much rather like to just be here to enjoy the ambiance, but we need to talk in private. If you will, of course. I'm not forcing you or anything."
Without breaking melody, he looks down and says, "Why would I do that?"
It's just a friendly chat, and she'll hold up the hand with the brand of the Archbaron on there. "I just have a few questions, and then I'll let you go."
When he sees that, he does abruptly stop playing and calls out to Kagan, "I'm going to take my 5 now," and then points to Suriel.
Mm-hmm.
Then, he sets his lute down on his stool and steps down off the stage to you and says, "Lead the way."
"Do you have a room here or somewhere we can speak where it's, less people?"
"If you insist." And then leads you. If you look at next to the stairs here, there's a staircase that leads to the upstairs where the rooms are.
Ooh. Stop, Jess.
I'm just spamming the in play.
Yeah. For the in chat question, real quick. So what that means is if a business is sanctioned, that means that people are not breaking curfew if they are proceeding directly to this business from their home or directly to their home from this business.
Okay.
All other restrictions still apply. Like the crowd and
batteries not included.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So we could definitely get the patrons if they don't leave.
That's what that means is since this business is sanctioned, if people are heading home from the bar after curfew, as long as they go straight home, they're legally in the clear.
Okay.
Which, being a bar, is a totally reasonable exception to count.
Of course, because it's always open.
No, they close down.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Riley leads you upstairs, the farthest room at the end of the hall on the 3rd floor.
Jess! Oh my god.
Who's leading who up? Is it Riley leading Serial up or Serial leading Riley up?
I'm assuming Riley's leading Serial because she has no idea where to go.
Yeah, leads you up to his room. It's a pretty standard inn room. There's a bed, a small night table with a lamp on it, and chest at the foot of the bed, and that's it.
A chair in the room?
Yes, there is it's more of a stool, but yeah, there is a small.
Okay.
Yeah.
The moment that door is closed, Serial is going to grab Riley, not in I'm going to beat you up way, but definitely not in a nice way, and is going to sit him down in the chair and will put her boot right in between his legs so he can't move.
Ooh.
It's getting hot in here, y'all.
Looks up to meet your eyes and says, "Why do I get the feeling that I shouldn't be excited right now?"
Be excited all you want. I just have a couple of questions. Pull anything funny and you will walk out of here with one less limb. Do you understand me?
He gulps and you see a little bit of sweat bead on his forehead. Yes, I understand.
Good. Now, Archbaron Fex told us, or should I say one of his benefactors told us that you might know something about this Angel Knight. Is that true? Have you actually met her? Or is that just bards being bards?
Met would be a strong word. I saw her once.
Continue.
It was from afar, but she was on the biggest, most beautiful white horse I've ever seen. Shining silver armor, a helmet with a face cut into it, and what looked to be wings. Massive silver things. I don't know how she rode the horse with them out like that, but I saw it.
And was that the only time you've ever ran into her? Seen her? How much do you know?
I know very little. I just saw a striking image and composed a few tunes with, generic Yomidayan drivel, but a few details that, let's say, I embellished.
Okay. That was right. Bards will be bards. And she'll take her foot
Man's
away.
gotta eat.
I can understand that. She'll straighten out her clothes a little. One more thing.
Yes?
The next time I'm here, play something that makes you think of me. Maybe the situation, or even maybe when I'm not here. I'll even pay you for it.
This time he smiles, and it's a real smile. It reaches his eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, play my theme song, bitch. Yeah. Thank you.
And he just kind of says, "Oh, I'm sure I can come up with something that captures your presence."
Good. And just so you're aware, I am going to make sure all of the information you learn comes through anybody I know. You're not going to anybody else. And I actually want to roll intimidation.
All right, roll it.
No, why can't we roll more than a 10? That's a lie. We rolled a 17 earlier, but why can't I roll more than a 10?
You got a hero point.
I do, and I'm going to use it.
Yeah, go for it.
This power that I have. Please, for the love of God, roll 20 just once.
It's going to be a 10 again, watch.
It's a 21!
All right. He again does the big dry swallow, and the sweat that kind of started to beat on his forehead, there's enough that a couple of drops actually run down. He says, I can manage that.
And she'll give him a toothy grin, pat his face, and say, "Good boy," before walking out.
So yeah, that thing you posted way back when, the mark me down is scared and horny.
Yeah, absolutely.
What, you haven't had the classic fear boner?
The return of the Y boner with a vengeance.
Oh no, not the Y boner, the fear boner. Very different.
And you sent me to horny jail? You sent me?
Hey, look, I'm just using the power that I have to get information. You did it just because you could.
So the picture you shared of what is this person called? The Winged Knight?
Angel Knight.
Winged Angel Knight. Yeah, this bitch
Angel
looks like a winged hussar. I don't want to mess with this bitch. Those guys are badasses.
Yeah, and that helmet in the picture is the helmet that Suriel stole before the sermon.
Grubby little hands on it.
Nice.
Yeah, and it is a full helmet that is shaped to look like hair and a face.
I'm just like, how does she fucking breathe? Do any, Jesus.
I mean, it has nose holes. It has nostril holes. There's a little slit where the mouth is. It's got eye holes. Yeah.
Hopefully.
So what's everybody doing downstairs while Suriel is awakening a new fetish in somebody?
Doing the Lord's work.
Yeah. Any further questions for Kagan or the staff? Are we ordering food and drink? What's going on?
Well,
Took his drinking wine.
Victoria has been just standing off to the side, watching everybody else, and just absolutely destroying everything that's in her flask. She
You're at a
is
bar. Why are you drinking from your flask?
bourbon, like the strongest bourbon.
I mean, bar serves Parisian brandy.
Well, since her flask is now empty, she would like to go get some of that. So she's going to go get some of that.
Yeah, and Kagan is more than happy to serve you.
So Bulgart, what kind of victuals do you have tonight?
Lamb shanks with mixed greens and a potato leek soup.
Mmm.
I just ate James, but I'm... I hunger.
Me too.
They both sound so good.
Still craving fried rice.
I know. Let's see. Can I get a bowl of soup? But That lamb sounds really good too. How long are you serving the lamb till?
Well, dinner service concludes when the curfew is in effect.
Okay. But then the patrons that come here, they don't have food then?
After dinner service, we continue to serve drinks, and I have, like hard biscuits, crackers, that kind of thing.
Okay. I'll just get the soup then.
Good soup.
Of course, sure. And he just kind of hollers into the kitchen, I need a soup right away. A few minutes later, the other server you haven't seen comes out from the kitchen with a wood bowl, soup, and a spoon, sets it down in front of you, and after she leaves, Kagan says, "On the house."
Oh, you don't have to do that.
No, I don't have to. But I'm gonna.
You're sweet. She'll wink at Bulgart.
You can... So, if you look at the image of him, he is, the classic pasty redhead.
Yeah.
So, you can visibly see him blush a little bit.
Aw. Can I do a perception check on the food to see if it's tainted?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm that type of person.
Charlie squints heavily at her soup.
Man, perception uses all of your senses. She could be smelling it or examining it to see if there's a film on the surface. There's all manner of things, but yeah, for an 11, yeah.
Okay.
You don't pick out anything unusual. It's potato leek soup.
All right.
Soup.
I'll take a sip. Do I taste anything that could be tainted?
Potato leek and cream.
Okay.
Mm.
Because I know we're
decent,
not on their complete good list, so that's why I ponder.
Under the soup.
Yeah. It's pretty good, all things considered.
Okay.
James.
Yep.
I want to snoop around upstairs into some of the other rooms. Not to steal anything, just to see if I can find anything.
All right. You just want to check rooms at random, or anything
looking for things that will get people in trouble, essentially. If anyone else is staying here, obviously.
All right. Yeah. A few of the other rooms are occupied. But all the occupied, you presume the rooms with the locked doors are occupied because the unlocked doors all open to empty rooms.
Mm-hmm.
The furniture is there, but there's no bags or the beds aren't made, all that stuff.
I'm gonna check one of the first locked doors just to see if I can hear anyone inside.
Okay.
Use that perception. That's a 20.
Yeah, as you listen, you can kind of make out somebody snoring behind the door.
Mm. No, I don't think that would be a good idea, Cecil. I don't think No, Jess, don't encourage him.
No, it's fine.
In Minecraft.
Man.
I'm just gonna go down and check the other locked doors. I want to before I try to decide if I want to sneak in or not. Wow, that was really hard to say.
All right. Second locked door you encounter, there is no noise behind.
Okay. And you said it was locked?
The door's locked.
Yeah. That would be thievery.
Thievery. Do you have thieves' tools on you?
I do believe I did buy some thieves' tools. Yes, I did.
All right, then roll me a thievery to try and pick this lock.
Thievery, go! That's a 15.
That is enough. These are not especially hard locks. Yeah, it takes just a minute. I mean, not literally a minute, but it takes a little after a little bit of work. The lock pops open.
Yeah.
And you can now access this room.
Just gonna peek my head in slowly, seeing if making sure to be quiet in case someone is in there and I just didn't hear them.
Yeah, as you open the door, you see the room. Nobody is currently in the room. The bed is made and the lamp is filled with oil.
Mm-hmm.
And on the bed is a large travel bag.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna walk in, closing the door behind me, and rustle around, seeing if I can find anything, making sure to put everything back the way I found it. So it doesn't look like there was someone in there, of course, other than the door being unlocked, and they could have just forgotten to lock it, you know?
Roll me a thievery, please.
Well, damn the thieveries. That's an 11.
All right. So with an 11, you are able to kind of rifle through without displacing too much stuff. There's like 2 sets of clothes in there, what looks to be carpentry tools,
Mm-hmm.
and a few other odds and ends, but nothing really all that interesting to you.
Okay. Now I'm gonna walk out, walking back downstairs, closing the door, obviously.
Okay.
I'm going to join the others at the bar.
So far we have gotten food and drink and nothing incriminating.
So far.
So what's the plan?
Can I chat with the waitresses that are walking around?
Yeah, you can. The 2 of them are working a total of 12 customers at this point, so they are kind of running around a lot. But yeah, you can talk to them here and there.
Yeah.
As they,
Just, I have to admire. I worked at a tavern myself. You must be just dog tired. When did you start work?
I come in at lunchtime.
Lunchtime.
And
Okay.
work the night shift, so I'll be here until midnight probably.
Okay.
After we start serving, we have to put out the bread to rise in the morning, and it's a hard job, but rewarding.
It is. I always love seeing the happy faces when they have good food in their stomachs and they're just satisfied customers. Always gave me a good smile. Tell me, so you do you live far away? You because I mean you work around lunchtime, so like you're working 12 hours. You don't have to walk all the way like very far, do you?
No, I live right here in town.
Okay.
A block or 2 away.
Oh, good. Okay, because that would just be terrible if you had to walk so far out of town into the villages or something. I would be so sad.
It's right here.
Okay.
This is pre-union time, so working 12 hours isn't all that unusual.
Ask if she knows where Kagan lives.
And do you and your coworkers live like around the same area? Do you guys live kind of like on the same block?
The 3 of us who serve here live in the same area. Pretty sure that Mr. Kagan has a little hut out back.
Oh, he lives in the back.
He just
That's convenient.
Surreal's gonna look at Regulus at that.
Is he married? Just between us
I don't
girls.
I don't think so.
No? Shame. She
She
takes a couple of silver coins and pushes it onto her tray. Yeah, that thing. You're so sweet. Thank you so much. Sometimes you just need a
Thank
girl
you.
chat, you know?
Well, any time I'm here.
I appreciate it. I'm Charlie, by the way. What's your name?
Miranda.
Miranda. We'll talk soon, Miranda. She'll give a wink.
Lawson?
So then when Miranda leaves, she'll kind of lean back in her chair and, did you all get that?
Yep, I heard her.
Okay.
I do want to listen to some of the other people talking around, see if I can pick up anything.
Okay. The other customers are in kind of those 3 groups.
Mm-hmm.
Which one you want to try and eavesdrop on? Probably the 2 by the bar.
Yeah, the 2 by the bar first, and then we'll move on from there.
Okay. I'm not going to make you roll because you're right next to these 2, and they're talking pretty loud. They're arguing about whether Gorham is an orc or a human.
Yes, the most important questions.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
but it's also the kind of...
Can I hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
I just speak up and go, "You're both morons. He's an animate suit of armor with the spirit of conquest."
They both kind of turn to you and go, "No." And then they both say he is at the same time, and then at the same time one says orc and one says man. And they immediately turn back to each other and are just arguing about it.
Fight, fight, fight.
My favorite NPCs.
Just fucking shoot me down immediately.
Yes.
Well, if you don't know, that is a very commonly debated point in Galarian. Most humans think that under the armor, Gorham is human, and a lot of orcs think that Gorham is an orc.
Well, clearly,
just-
there's nothing underneath the armor.
Nothing like,
And
as in like,
He is the armor.
like, but he's naked?
then
No.
how does he bleed?
He is also the blood.
So like you're suggesting that Gorham is an animated suit of armor just full of blood.
What are
It
these
makes sense if
NPCs
you
saying
don't think
that?
about it.
Yeah, they're still arguing.
Charlie just turns into the woman with the math flying around her head.
Yeah, it's like that's like this world's version of like, could Goku be Superman in a fight?
Well, no, for one. But
Depends on whether ki counts as magic.
No.
But that's not what we're talking about here.
No.
no, Superman just no.
Anyways.
That's
um,
another
Yeah, anyways.
conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
And
you
then-
see, when he bleeds, the blood just manifests. He's a god. He could do whatever he wants.
They both, again, in unison, are just like, that doesn't make any sense.
And what do you know?
Cereal's gonna move away.
Yeah, do that. He just like moves closer to them.
Charlie
Regulus.
leans on the table and goes, Bulgar, do you have popcorn?
No, I have pretzels and biscuits.
Oh, pretzels, please.
Okay, hold on. I want to roll religion check because I have the student of the canon feat,
Oh.
Okay.
and I've researched many faiths to recognize notions about them that are unlikely to be true. So I'm just gonna see. Let's see. 13.
Yeah, with that, you know that this is a matter of some debate, even among the church. It is not unusual for clerics of Gorham to kill each other over this argument. And that's like the clerics of Gorham are killing each other over this argument.
Oh, I mean, yeah, right.
It's like
sure.
even they don't know.
So Regulus is gonna grab Cereal
Mm.
hmm
and say, "Hey, around closing time, meet me on the roof."
I can do that. And then I'm gonna try and listen to these two guys over here. See what they're talking about.
Okay. Roll me a perception, please.
That's a natural one. I'm thinking about how the fuck I'm gonna get on the roof. Actually, how the fuck is Regulus gonna get on the roof without help?
Uktuk's just being loud over there, too.
Yeah, and some
Yeah.
Uktuk in my other ear.
Yeah, you can see their mouths moving, and you just hear Uktuk screaming, "Gods do not conform to your idea of race."
Oh my
I mean,
God.
I that's a guess. I don't want to like put.
I mean,
words in your
you're
character's
not
mouth.
far. It's more like gods don't have to conform to where blood comes from. Who even
Sorry.
says that Gorham bleeds?
Oh my God.
There are stories about Gorham's blood like touching the ground and iron golems like springing up where the blood fell.
Oh.
Oh.
Who's to say that's blood?
Bleed. Cereal
Uh,
moving once again to try and get away from the yelling Uktuk so she can do something.
all right, roll me a perception for this group.
Please, roll 20. That's a 9. I'm like right there.
Yeah, the Gorham argument is drowning out everything.
God damn it. Just rubs her temples and leans back in her chair, takes a sip of her bourbon. Or wine. Was it wine or bourbon?
I think you had I don't remember if Cyril had a drink before. I know Vittoria got
When I came
got the Varisian brandy.
Yeah, when I came downstairs I grabbed a drink. Oh yeah, the brandy. That was the word I'm looking
Yep. It's like bourbon for fancy people.
for. Yeah.
Alright, Uktuk's done arguing with these two thick skulls who know
Alright.
nothing about the finer points of religion.
True.
They clearly know nothing about gods.
Nothing about gods.
So
Shame, I
are
was
we
hoping
just
to see a
hanging
fight.
out? or
Oh, Uktuk will then grab his glass of wine and move over here next to Suriel. Go, So, what'd you find out about that bard?
Well, nothing new. Very good at being a bard.
Well, did you find out what he knows about that thing?
The Angel Knight? He knows
Yes.
nothing.
Oh.
Said he saw her once. And I mean, he knows what she looks like.
That
is important information, though, because that is, again, corroborating that this person exists.
Yeah,
Well,
that was...
Did he say what she looked like?
Yes, and it's just about as fancy as you can imagine. Extremely embellished armor. She said she rode this beautiful, large white horse. It was... I mean, I don't know how much of what he told me was true or just him embellishing on his words, but from what I can tell, it's definitely someone to look out for.
Does Uktuk know anything about this winged angel person?
About this person specifically, no.
Or is like winged angel like a type of like
it's
like
Angel Knight?
Oh, Angel
and
Knight.
Yeah, and that is like a term that's kind of been thrown around lately, but this is but Riley is the first person that is confirmed to have at least seen the Angel Knight. So like it's still up for debate whether this person actually exists or is a symbol that the Glorious Reclamation like made up to be a figurehead. That's part of what you're trying to figure out.
So the Angel Knight does exist.
Maybe.
Well, if he saw him.
Yeah.
Did he say where?
He did. I just can't remember. James, where did he say again?
He didn't.
He did not. Okay.
And you did not ask him where
he
saw this Angel Knight.
Mostly because to Suriel, that's not important. It's just needing to know whether or not the story is true right now. It's like, didn't tell me, but it's not like I can't ask him again. She'll take a big swig of
Actually,
brandy.
Would you mind if I tried to ask him?
I mean, I wouldn't mind watching, but I don't know if you'll have the same touch that I do.
I mean, you can watch if you like.
She'll kind of look Uktuk up and down. Be my guest. It'll be fun.
Okay, he gets up. His lute is on his stool, right?
Yeah, he has not come back down yet.
Okay, cool. He gets on the stage and grabs his lute, then goes upstairs.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
This just went from Riley's best day to his worst day really fast.
Yep. Still marked down as... Oh, go ahead.
Suriel is following after a little bit.
Can I do can I just do a kind of a head count and see how many people are still in the tavern right now?
The number remains unchanged.
Okay.
Nobody has entered or left.
Has it been about an hour? Like we're reaching curfew right about now?
We are getting there, but with the writ of exception that he has for the business, that kind of doesn't matter.
Okay.
God, I'm so curious. Me as the player wants to go into the room where I heard somebody snoring, but Suriel wouldn't do that because that's rude, and she does not like being woken up.
Yeah.
Steven can.
And that's true. I guess I probably also should tell you guys. Suriel's gonna walk over to Charlie before following Uktuk upstairs. So I had a talk with Riley. Got some information.
Before or after you made out with him?
There was no making out.
So sour sport.
I'm here to do my job. If I wanted to get a boyfriend, I would have had one by now. But
True. Continue.
Was the new person who just joined us, the orc, I forgot his name.
Uktuk.
Uktuk is going to go upstairs to talk to him. I'm going to get a little bit more drunk and follow, but there are a couple of locked rooms upstairs if we want to go investigating and see if we can find anything. Also, maybe later on, after curfew, we can go check out that shack in the back. Or at least you and the other one who just joined us.
Victoria or Uktuk?
Victoria can.
Oh, okay. We could do some investigating.
Suriel's gonna finish off her brandy, leave it on the bar, and go upstairs.
And they're just allowed to go upstairs?
Yeah, it's an inn.
Okay.
Are they going to stop us?
Yes, and that's the other thing is you have badges. He's not going to tell you you're not allowed up there.
He doesn't want to know what we're doing up here.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, you go back to Riley's room.
Okay. Uktuk will knock on his door.
Oh, thank God.
Okay. Yeah, he answers it. When he does, as Suriel caught up with Uktuk.
Oh no, she's staying behind, like just out of sight.
All right.
Okay. As soon as he opens the door, he just pushes in and grabs him.
That's parallel. I hope Riley is by.
Okay, so what I want you to do now is roll me an athletics check.
Gladly. A 9.
All right. I am... Yeah. You attempt to grab him, but he is able to slip from your grasp. At which point he kind of springs back into the room and says, "What the hell?"
He just steps in and closes the door behind him.
Suriel's gonna like run up to, not run, but like quote unquote sneak up to the door and like press her ear against it. She just wants to know how this goes.
Okay.
And then he'll walk up to Riley and attempt to grab him by the throat this time.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay, roll me athletics, please.
12.
Yeah, he again slips your grasp, this time saying, "I have done nothing wrong, why are you doing this?"
Riley. You have some information for me. And if you don't tell me what I want to know,
And he just holds up the loot.
who knows what'll happen to your profession?
Pretty hard to answer questions when you're trying to wrestle me instead of asking them.
How about you try to keep the smart comments to yourself?
How about you just ask me the questions you want to ask? I'll tell you the answers.
Urtuk just pulls out his dagger and just like starts to rub it against one of the loot strings.
Look, I already told you, I'll tell you what you want to know. Just start asking questions. We're not getting anywhere with you making threats.
You've seen the Angel Knight.
Yes.
Where did you say the Angel Knight?
On the road north out of town.
On the
About half a day's ride from the wall.
And when was this?
About a week ago.
About a week ago. Half days to the north.
Yes.
Better not be lying to me.
Why would I do that? I have nothing to gain, and as you've clearly demonstrated, much to lose.
That's right. Keep that in mind. I got my eyes on you, Riley.
And at no point have I resisted giving information.
I don't like your attitude, Riley.
Well, to be fair, I don't like being threatened either.
You best get used to it then.
Why? If I'm helpful, there is no need for threats. That's what I've been trying to tell you this whole time.
Just like starts to like squeeze the loot a little bit till a crack forms on it.
He gets pretty upset by that. And again, it's like, I'm telling you what you want to know. This is pointless.
Just drops the loot on the ground and leaves.
Okay.
Riley's very good day?
He was having a good day, not anymore.
Suriel just like at the door.
Yeah. She's just like, if you're paying attention enough, you can see her shadow move when she can hear you coming towards the door.
Yeah. Yeah, Uktuk leaves the room.
Mm-hmm.
And, let's see, does he have... No, okay.
Mending.
No, actually, I was seeing if he had the mend spell, but he does not. I was going to have to use that
what
to
a
repair
shame.
the loot, but
Riley would be
he
so
has to do it the old-fashioned way with craft.
I made a comment in play chat where I said, well, I mean, Charlie could come in and make it a good night after all. And then I just love the thought of like, he was horny but scared, then he turned scared, and then he went back to horny with 3 different people.
And like an hour.
He was fully baffled as to why he was being threatened.
Why am I being assaulted?
What did I do wrong?
Just meet Surreal in the hallway. Is like, I don't really care for his attitude.
I mean, she'll look around.
Someone go Pathenders.
Oh no, that was supposed to be downstairs.
Oh.
Oh man, my hearing just got so much better. What the fuck now?
Right?
Well,
Serial's just gonna peek her head into the room and look at Riley, like slightly concerned.
Yeah, he is fussing with the loot, attempting to repair it.
She's just gonna
He
toss some, 2 gold.
I expected him to be a little more resistant. I'm a little disappointed. He just gave everything up so easily.
He's...
I mean, yeah, it makes my job easier, but it's less fun.
well, I mean, he wasn't
Where do
very...
you get all the fun?
Have you... Look at me.
Because girls,
Yeah,
they
look
want to
at
have
me.
fun.
I mean, look at this.
Thank you.
And he
Jess.
presents himself like, look at this.
Okay, but which one do you think is hotter to him?
What's your charisma?
What's charisma?
What's your charisma?
Mine's just a 12 right now, but
Ooh. Uktuk's hotter than you.
that's why I was like, I
long,
hope
billowy
Riley's
hair.
by.
Flowing in the wind.
So I'm like, I hope Riley's by. But also, you did also just try to assault the man, so I don't know.
So okay.
I wouldn't call it assault. I'd say attempted torture, but he was less resistant. So maybe assault.
You can either have Father attempt, Victoria to attempt, or me to attempt to talk to Riley. It could go three different ways.
If I may.
Yeah.
For what point now?
I don't know.
Just cause for
did we really get all of our answers is my question. I think that's really the main.
Well, the only question I had was where did they see you the night?
Yeah, and he told you.
Yeah, and he readily told me, and I was like, "Well, this is no fun."
You didn't fight back.
Didn't fight back.
While they were upstairs, I would like Regulus to have approached Victoria and be like, "Hey,
Tori's over here.
hey, meet me outside."
Ooh. Sorry.
Charlie just slowly sips her drink like this is really interesting.
Father.
And then Regulus walks outside.
He likes you. Victoria. Charlie turns to Victoria. He likes you. He doesn't like me. He likes you.
Yeah, sure he does.
I'm the problem child.
It's okay. He'll grow to dislike her as soon as something stupid happens too.
Exactly.
Well, if I must get up and abandon my
Uktuk
drink.
sits again.
With his wine.
I feel like we need a huddle. Be like, all right, guys. All right.
Riley's no fun, and I don't like his attitude.
Well, that's because you didn't play with him. That's all.
I tried to, but he kept resisting, and then he stopped resisting.
Well, not going to
Then
be
just became not fun.
out of 100% respect. You might not have the je ne sais quoi, as they say, for him, if that makes sense. He might just be a little, some people like to be wined and dined before they they have fun.
I mean, wined and domed, but okay.
And then she turns around to Serial. That too.
I was just going to torture him.
He just kind of leans in a bit.
It's going to torture him.
Well, we
But
all
then he
like our
just
hair
told me
pulled.
everything.
We all like our hair pulled, Uktuk. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes you need to, finesse it out of them.
No, that's the thing. You just gave it to me for nothing. It was no
Sorry.
fun. No
Serial.
fight.
Serial's just watching this conversation, completely understanding that Uktuk has no fucking clue what we're talking about. Just
Well, maybe he just
smiling.
Our definitions of fun are different, Uktuk.
Wait, I think this conversation is we're all talking about different things.
Yes, and that's what makes it great.
It great.
That's exactly why I kept it up, because I knew we were talking about way different things.
It's the same conversation.
Your definition and my definition of fun are different, Uktuk. But, sometimes we just need to give a little, take a little. It's about giving and receiving in order to get fun.
Well, I tried to give, but all he would do is he would be the one giving everything.
That's when you have to step back and take. You have to take some fun and then give some fun.
I was taking it all, but he wasn't taking anything.
Some people are
dying of laughter.
Some people are the more dominant nature, and some are the more submissive in nature. Some meet in between, It's just being versatile. Uktuk. Sometimes you just need to,
Well, no, my problem is not that who's dominant and who's submissive. It's just, he just kind of sat there and did nothing. And I couldn't even have my way with him.
And that's just no fun, Uktuk.
It's no fun. Thank you. Somebody understands.
I pat him up. I kind of reach up to pat him on his shoulder. Oh, I understand, Uktuk. It's just it's rough out there for you people like you and me.
Saying this while holding a wine glass as well.
Just a little dainty wine glass, yes.
Cereal is cracking up laughing right now. Her face is like a deep purplish pink. She is absolutely dying.
Out of character, I can't wait to listen to this. Just
right.
I understand, Uktuk. Just pat on the shoulder. I understand. It's rough out there for people like you and me.
I don't think he understands, Charlie.
I know.
I don't think he understands.
I have to go with it, though. Sometimes people just want to be heard and understood.
You know what the problem probably is? This cereal here took all the fun and left nothing for me.
We never get to come, don't we, Uktuk? We never do.
Wait, what?
Hey y'all, Asmodeus, Prince of Darkness here. You've been listening to the Pathenders. Make sure to follow on the platform of your choice and to tell a friend. The more you share, the more who listen. The more who listen, the greater my influence grows. Gotta grow my influence because that stinky Iome Day is causing quite an uproar. And I can't be having that shit. No. Can't be having that.